The Inter-Party Coalition for National Sovereignty has walked through parts of Accra in protest against the violence that took place during the recent by-election in the Ayawaso West Wuogon Constituency, led by the chairman of the People's National Congress, Mr. Mornah. The group presented their petitions first to the Interior Minister, Mr. Ambrose Dery, the IGP, Mr. Asante Apeatu, and finally to the presidency, where it was received by the Upper East Regional Minister, Mr. Rocskon Bukari.
The protest march started from the Oba Sports at the Kwame Nkrumah Circle in Accra. The protesters sang and waved reactive placards to political violence. The group traversed areas in the city center such as Adabraka, TUC, the John Evans Atta Mills High Street, and then the ministries, where they first presented a petition to the Minister of Interior, Mr. Ambrose Dery. From the ministries, the group proceeded to the Ring Road East via the Stadium Road and then across the face of the British High Commission to the police headquarters, where the second petition was presented to the IGP, Mr. Asante Apeatu. The final destination of the petitioners was the Jubilee House, where a former Upper East Regional Minister, Mr. Rocskon Bukari, now a presidential staffer, received the petition on behalf of the president. Reading out the contents of the petition, the leader of the group and chairman of the People's National Convention PNC, Mr. Mornah, urged government to remove from office the Minister of State at the presidency in charge of security, Mr. Brian Champong, the Minister for National Security, Mr. Albert Kandapa, and the IGP, Mr. Asante Apeatu, over the violence that visited the Ayawaso West Wuogon by-election.
On the morning of the elections at the Bawaleshi School Park, Honorable Sam George, a member of Parliament for Lingo Brown, was viciously attacked and beaten up by masked security men, dressed in full security regalia, riding in police-grounded vehicles in a full heap of properly identified police personnel.
Other protesters also registered their displeasure at the violence, saying the security of the entire nation was at stake.
The IGP has wasted time in being in office, and I think that when that is done, we can begin to see that there is a restoration of law and order, and the people of Ghana can be assured that going forward, our security will be in better hands.
When President Akufo-Addo was sworn in on the 7th of January 2017, he was handed over a peaceful, stable Ghana, poised for economic progress and prosperity. Today, the people of Ghana are walking, protesting. We want the peace, we want stability.
One of the reasons why we are demonstrating today is for those who engage in violating the Constitution so flagrantly. They ought to be sanctioned, they ought to be punished. The likes of Brian Champong, who has owned up to this terror, and Hobson Adoye, who says that one NDC supporter, one slap. All of these guys do not deserve our taxpayers' money.
I think that every Ghanaian should be concerned. It doesn't matter whether you are MPP or NDC or CPP. The point is that at the polling station, you are not there in your party color. Your party inscription is not on your forehead. So you just go there like anybody else. What if even the bullet is not aimed at you and it's a stray bullet? We are all at risk.
Organizers of the protest say they hope for a fruitful outcome, or they will resort to series of demonstrations until their call for a society without unlawful armed groups is heard. It will be recalled that the constituency by-election was marred by what observers called the unusual presence of heavy security at polling stations, and that which was attended by mayhem. There were gunshots and physical assaults at a voting center at Bawaleshi, causing tense moments, confusing and putting the nation on edge. a situation that has prompted concerned citizens to call on state actors to embark on preemptive measures against political violence, especially before, during, and after the 2020 polls in Ghana. Miriam Aduma Koboating, GBC 24, Accra.